We talked a while ago. We were talking about this idea of this sit down. Remember, I kind of talked about that a little bit, trying to figure out how to do this. And of course, I'm so busy. Everything that with what I got going on, I would never be able to pull this off. I would never be like, hey, I'm going to be the executive producer on this idea that I had.
Right.
So I thought this might be a good forum to go, hey, you and I T-ball it up to go, somebody run with this, because I think it's something that needs to happen, and we can take about 5 minutes to riff on what it shouldn't be.
Okay.
Right, because I think that's really that's kind of what it comes down to, is trying to make sure that it just doesn't turn into some other clickbait reality TV show.
Right.
Right, because that's not really the point of it.
So what are you thinking?
Okay, well, you and I were discussing, there's like all this stuff going on in the world. Everybody's divided and freaking out and going down the dopamine rabbit hole of clickbait, and we can talk about that. I feel like the polarization of everybody has a position. They're taking up this stance and this cause. And I get that. And to feel connected, to feel like you're part of a movement, for injustice or whatever, I completely get that you need to do that. But I think at some point when you start fighting with your neighbor, you start to kind of lose connection. And I think these things, man, they're a poison in terms of dividing people and forgetting to have these conversations openly. So the concept, we're going to lay it out. The idea is that we find 6 different people from completely different backgrounds that have a very strong feeling about something that they feel strongly about, just something, whatever it is. And we get them on camera or in writing, whatever. They state their position. And the idea is to get these people together with each other and not talk about what they don't agree on. Find the things they agree on and just build on the things that they can agree on. And then at the end of it, we go back and make sure we re-interview them. And the way that they went into the thing, whatever their statement was about who they are, doesn't change. They believe what they believe, but in that, without compromising the core of who they are, they end up finding in somebody else an agree to disagree position where they can actually talk to each other and find out what they do like.
No, I feel like one-on-one in person with no one around, people are much more likely to have those things. The real problem is when it's being projected to the world and you're looking for likes and you're looking for people to agree, you're looking for support. And that's one of the really toxic things about the phones and social media, is that everybody's playing for likes and the virtue signaling and the throwing up the flag of righteousness. It's so common.
And I was talking to a friend of mine. She's working with a young woman doing a research paper on the very thing, and she kind of handed me some research that I kind of suspected, and I was like, "What about this, this, and this?" And kind of not off topic, but kind of on topic. The purpose when OxyContin first came out was that they discovered in that drug something that interrupted and helped fix people who are, meth, heroin addicts. It was helping them get sober and getting off the heroin because it replaced that feeling that they were getting, the dopamine womb-like feeling, that escapist thing that they were getting from heroin. So they would use the OxyContin. The problem is that unless you cut your hands off, you're going to take another one. So basically, so you just replace the heroin with another thing that's like the dopamine dump. And they're now finding that whole process of likes and, validating or not validating, then you get depressed because nobody likes your post and you're constantly looking like a rat, basically the analogy of the rat in the aquarium that's keeps hitting the cocaine button.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It affects the same part of your brain, and they're finding there's that absolute connection. So if you can't go 10 minutes without looking at your phone, you are an addict. You have to understand that the actual chemical reaction in your body to the charge you get on that and the fact that it's fed by adjusted titles. Whatever the headline is, if that's not getting it, they adjust the headline to see if it gets you now, and then you click on it, oh, that's the one, and then they adjust that one, and it's the rat hitting the cocaine button.